Yeah, there certainly are statues all over the capital now, of all of you, as your true form shows you. First time there's ever been a drow statue in Matherin. Although
Hey!
it's not overly obvious that it's a drow since it's made of stone.
Now,
They don't paint them, mostly.
yeah. Now, where should we move next? Garden Hall be the next
Which they
location?
actually did in ancient times. The Greek statues were
Yeah.
actually painted in very garish colors too.
Would-
We would think they would look hideous.
What do you think? Go to Garden Hall, decorate there next?
Sure.
Sure.
We send out the painters to Garden Hall.
Yeah.
I mean, Zacharias is not in his true form on those statues, right?
You're
In
in
his
whatever,
true form.
you're in whatever form you choose on the statue.
It would be human Zacharias on the statues then.
Sure.
I mean, I look mostly human anyway.
It's a set of armor.
Yeah.
That's a hunk of
Well, no,
armor.
my helmet's off. My helmet would be
All the
off.
spikes and stuff.
Such as in Xerxes' case, he's not an orc, he's a human form.
King Berthor.
Oh, you're
The
Does-
trade from the dwarven nation also seems to offset the taxes from all the merchants and such who have left Danguard,
okay.
meaning that there's no significant up or down in the income of the kingdom.
Where is the Dwarven Kingdom on the map, more precisely?
Under it.
Where's the
Dwarven
entrance
kingdom.
to it?
Let's paint.
And the entrance is the best
territory.
question.
Because Sans and Creer was the Dwargar
Yeah.
place, right?
Basically, as far as I understand
That's
it, you know,
I
you
painted
know
on
where
the map
the
with blue.
where we went to the Durga. Yeah, that's dwarves now.
Okay.
They kind of just like, well, hello Dwergar, goodbye Dwergar.
Yeah.
Remember we actually gave them dwarfs?
Mm-hmm.
And now the dwarves are
We
given us-
ate dwarves together with them.
You know, that was quite delicious.
No, that was not dwarfs, that was vibrants and...
No, he had a dwarf. They were like spit roasting a dwarf.
Yeah,
No,
but we
they
didn't
were
eat that.
just-
We ate the
no,
rest
we-
of it.
No, we didn't eat the dwarf, they were just torturing it and we were looking while we were eating weird animals.
Pretty sure we ate a dwarf. Oh, never mind.
You know, whatever we ate, it was pretty nice.
It was pretty good. It was a pretty awesome...
Now the current borders, I think. Yeah, I've been the ones you know about anyway.
What's the
Some of them are, in the north are kind of flexible.
What's the teal one?
That's frost giants.
They have the UTAC. All right, sure. Oh, the Agathim is all the way up there, huh?
Yeah.
That is far away.
Mm-hmm.
Mythhogger is over there. Okay.
It's the reason it's like so damn cold at my house.
Bugbear camp?
Hmm?
What's the bugbear
That's where
camp?
you met the fire axe.
Oh. Okay.
That is where we
Oh,
very first met him.
5 books ago.
Yeah, you still see
Alright.
the battles and such that are important.
It's true.
It keeps everything that was here before. It doesn't delete things. It's the
That's
map
good.
updates.
Do you guys remember when we were on like a dock and we were using like burning hands and color spray against the bugbears? And
That was
And
something.
so soon you have been in power for a year.
Mm-hmm. And what a year it has been.
before that, though, we're going to steal some wards.
Asmodeus is still a very rare name to hear anywhere.
We are getting to it.
We just haven't had the power to push with.
Don't get your knickers in a twist, Asmodeus.
So,
That's
Malachi?
disappointed.
Mm.
Malika,
Yeah.
we're working with Dessiter to draw up some possible blueprints, though, for a Grand Cathedral.
Well, it depends on where you'd want to put it.
Hmm.
He would suggest the best place in the city, which would of course be on the highest hill, which is currently occupied by another cathedral.
The Matherin one.
Yes. They built it there for a reason, and, it's the same reason that it would be the best spot for the Asmodeus one. Besides, it would already have the foundation.
So you're saying it'd be cheaper? Mallory!
It certainly would be. I'd say much cheaper. And the star can easily be made into a pentagram. They don't need such a big one, do they?
Guys.
You know, I'm going to distance myself from religious things. That is all your domain.
I think the plan has certain merits, but I still think it is way like the
Another
people-
one would be to wreck the old Barkin Palace and build it there, but he would never say that at the council. Be sure that they would not agree with it, the bargains at least.
The idea has some merit, but I don't think that people are ready for us to literally tear down the cathedral.
How much are we talking money-wise, are we thinking? Out of curiosity. How much
Well, a cathedral like this would be quite the expensive sum.
So with a foundation and without a foundation, do we have an idea how much it would cost?
Yeah.
It's good to have these numbers around.
It takes it would take 24 months to build a cathedral. You only need 1 month of active work on it to plan it. However, the price of it would sort of have an upkeep for those 24 months before it's done.
How much of an upkeep are we talking?
10,000 gold pieces per month, and 30,000 to start it.
No. We're not.
So wait, so 10,000? Do you say 10,000 per month?
Yeah.
And it's 24 months?
Yeah, 240,000 in total.
Then
And
add-
30,000 to start it.
Yeah, so in that case, it's 270k.
Yeah.
We can't
However,
spend
if
2/3 of our
it was
income
on top of the Mithrin one, you know, you could shave off a good 1,000 gold pieces per month, and completely cut the 30,000 to begin it. Let's see here. No, let's see here. That's actually not true. It's half the initial cost of 15,000, and then 100,000 lower. Yeah, it also sent the symbol that Mithra is finished and that Asmodeus has one talent got.
And this sounds to me like something. This is the last thing we do. Like, this is the crowning
This is
achievement.
very
Well,
important.
Well, we can't just do it at the end, because the problem is if we do it just at the end, we're going to be waiting for 24 months to finish.
But we can't do it now. Like, we cannot lose what is like 70% of our income.
Dessiter
for
would
2
originally have
years.
said that since the church has so much money, they could pay for it.
Have the Mithrin Church pay for the Asmodean Cathedral?
Say that they have a lot of holy symbols and such. Thrain will agree that they do. If they were obliterated, surely money could be taken from them. That would give a whole lot of wealth. Thrain
Oh,
was
we could-
objectively true.
We could obliterate the church on the day that we took Mithrin as like an anniversary.
I like this.
Thrain estimates that gathering up all the church properties and killing all the priests would likely take about 3 months, and probably give almost the entire cost of the cathedral.
I feel like that's a horrible idea, but I'm not the one going to make the call here.
I also think it is a horrible idea, yes.
Yeah.
It's partially a horrible idea and partially an amazing.
As much as I'm for Asmodeus, that just sounds like an awful
But
idea.
think of all the money we'd save.
Well, the
all
only
the
reason
money, yeah.
is it the only reason you
What if
feel
we
that
obliterate
way
like half of the stuff?
is it because of the morals we feel against
No.
the destroying of a church?
We
What?
can't
No.
really afford
As
to piss
players,
off the
I don't
largest
think so.
religion in Talengard.
No, this is because we took this country a year ago and we have barely control over it. And if we start like tearing down what is at the core of the people's minds here, which is the church, like if we actually tear it down, like we have gone to a lot of lengths and pains to infiltrate it and starting to corrupt it, so that we in the long term can dismantle it. But if we actually just walk up to it and smash it, I think we will be making a lot of enemies.
You already destroyed the cemetery.
There is one small mausoleum in an old graveyard belonging to like a knightly order. This is tearing down every cathedral in the kingdom.
No, just one.
We have one here. We have one in Gastenhall, which is the Inquisitions, that probably needs to go down, right? And then we have one in Davrin that I suppose is already smashed by the bugbears. So we have 2 major cathedrals we need to tear down, and they are symbols of the faith, like the intrinsic faith of this kingdom. Tearing them down so blatantly at this point would hurt us a lot, I think.
who would hurt us?
The people.
Why?
Also the princess.
Why? Because the people
Okay.
love the bloody church, and if we tear it down
What
and kick
would
it down,
they
they would
attack
be
us
pissed.
with?
They would ally with the princess. We would drive them straight into her arms.
I'm just saying that we really don't have to fear the people there. None of them are.
Yeah, but we have to
traitors.
feel the princess. We do have to fear the princess. We don't know where she is. We know what she's doing.
One peasant is not going to do anything, but the people as a whole could definitely stop paying taxes and do stuff. They could just be, no, it's not
Well,
worth it anymore.
They
That-
saw
that
what
small-
happened.
Yeah, that small town tried it and we stamped them out, but what if Mathrin does
But
it?
if
What
it's like
Gastenhall-
50 small towns or like a
What if
big
all
city,
the
yeah.
towns do it? And what if the princess rally them all? Like we are trying and we have like put in a lot of like blocks between the princess and potential allies. We helped the dwarves. We have been kind of nice to the people legalizing prostitution and making them happy and stuff like that.
Dessiter will inform you that if nothing is done within the end of this year, he might actually not be able to, like, stay here for much longer. Like,
Unfortunately, Asmodeus
hell is having preciously little benefit of this whole regime.
Asmodeus is getting impatient. Is basically the problem.
Mm-hmm.
I do like Grimace a suggestion here. How long would it take our amazing research division in the Arcane College to figure out a way to teleport a rather large building?
It just disappears overnight. I don't know where it went.
No, I don't mean teleporting the Mithrin Cathedral away, but rather moving the Agathium.
Oh, we
Place
should
the
do
gap.
that.
No, that would save
You-
some money, right?
I think Asmodeus would be pretty pissed because I think that counts as just
Yeah,
You know-
he doesn't like. He
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
like him
not a good
disturbed. He
thing.
kind of likes it.
he likes it.
But it would just be in a better place where it could
This
reach
one
more
needs to be
people.
bigger than the Agathium.
Yeah. What I'm thinking, but one thing I do have a feeling of is let's just say it might be possible that maybe some favors can be pulled if we can get if we can get please Asmodeus a little bit more.
Can
Yeah.
we what were the building options? We had
Well.
2 sites, which is
Well, you could of course also build on a completely third one.
is,
could
Which
build
would of course be
the,
the priciest.
is there suggestion? Is there a suggestion for the third one?
Not really, as long as it's in Mathrin.
You know, it needs to be somewhere near our capital to have the effect we need.
And one was tearing down the Barkin Palace.
We would tear down the Mithrin Cathedral, which is the cheapest. The Balkan Palace, which is the middle price or the most
The
expensive.
Barkin Palace would give the signal that the government is looking for more theocratic sort of power. The Mithrin would be looking at replacing Mithra and just finishing him off as the main goal of this. And the whole new one would show that the church is very unconfrontational and sort of to the side.
You know, all things considered, our plan this entire time has been to replace the Mithrin faith, so we might as well do it in the most impressive way possible.
Mm-hmm.
I would vote for getting rid of the Mithrin
The point is, we
Cathedral.
have to do it. We have to do it at some point. And if we don't, we're sure we can keep waiting. But the Mithrin Church, and you've seen their zealots, they're not going to go down without a fight whenever we do it.
Yeah, the hardcore.
Right now,
we
we have
certainly
Western
won't, but we're not going for the hardcore. We're trying to turn the people against them and be on our side. And if we tear it down like abruptly, we're
Thane
We're not-
will say that the Mithrin Church will be glad to offer the cathedral to the government if need be.
You know, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
But the 2 questions we have to kind of vote on at this point is when do we want to start building the cathedral? Because inevitably we are going to have to build a cathedral.
Well,
And the second
The-
question is, where? I
Dessiter
guess.
already gave us.
You can
What
kind of warning that after a year, Asmodeus might start getting pissed.
We shouldn't wait another year, I think.
Well,
Well-
I think at the end of this year, he
We
might start
can't
getting
really
pissed.
wait much time at all.
No.
We should just, we kind of have a spot open right now. Is there anything more pressing
It's
than
current-
spending 1 month and
Potassium
all of our
walls.
money?
what I'm seeing is a gap in wards in this. We use the Mithrin Church to help pay for it as well.
That would take some time first if you want to gather the money first. Yeah.
I really don't like it. I really don't. I think we are killing off any advantage we have by doing this.
But Dessiter already told us that if we don't do this within this year, he can't stay.
So we wait until the last day of this year.
That might be pushing it.
Yeah, that's pushing it.
We need to.
Thrain will say that it will take about 3 months to actually gather the needed to destroy the Church of Mithra in Delicat, basically, and take all their stuff. Which would about pay for the cathedral. Mallory will say that, of course, taxes could be raised, or even a few outlying farm cities could be plundered without anyone batting an eye. All those farmers have gold hidden.
But thinking short term, what do we need next?
The wards.
That would mean we need the Adarium.
Yes.
Should we do that first then?
I think so.
What do the others think?
Sure.
About what?
About what we should do next? Because
that would push us to month 11.
So, yeah, we need to start the cathedral this year still.
Mm-hmm.
Well, basically, if we go over that limit, we don't know what Asmodeus will start thinking.
So basically, we have to do it now or next month.
I think we should do it now, to be honest.
I agree.
Yep.
The king agrees as well.
So we're building the Adarium?
No, building the cathedral. Since we either have now or next month. If we focused on the Adarium and the wards, that's going to take that's going to take at least 2 months. So to finish our deadline here, we have to do it now.
Mm-hmm.
Or we could rebuild the Adarium now and build the cathedral next month, but there's no point having the Adarium repaired.
I mean, other than for, like, political prestige.
Yeah, that's not really that important.
Legitimacy.
I mean, legitimacy is a thing, but...
So for the cathedral, what are our options to get it to do it? Basically replace the Mithrin one, which...
is the cheapest, and it would also, at the same time, go through the process of destroying the Mithrin Church.
Yeah.
Which is, it shows us to, be basically killing off Mithra. We could go after to do the old, what was it, the old Barkan Keep?
Yeah, I don't think our Barkan would appreciate that.
It shows we're being more bureaucratic, and then we're given the option that we're not being confrontational by building a fresh one, which is also the most expensive of them all. And actually will cost us quite a lot.
So, do we go completely all out aggressive? Do we piss off the Barkans? Or do we just say, yeah, we got the money, let's do it?
No, what
I don't suppose there are many hills. I mean, was it like that? You want it on a hill because it's gonna be fancy? Like what about building it in? I don't know, Cathedral, Sarsil, Aronsil.
Well, it would be the nice temple hill, and not like the like prostitute hill or the craftsman's hill or the military one.
What's wrong with the military one?
Putting it to the side is not what Asmodeus wants. He wants the best spot.
But it's not on the side because everything is going to be centered around him, right? So whatever he builds is the new center.
Yeah.
I know. It seems to me that we are again throwing away everything we built for, because we're like, oh no, Dessiter is getting impatient. Well, let's just flip the whole table.
It's not Dessiter. It's Asmodeus.
I don't.
He's much more important.
Zacharias probably doesn't care.
No, Zacharias doesn't care one bit.
I
think the rest of us have slightly more care about Asmodeus.
It just happens to be that there are 3 devoted people in the team that are devoted to Asmodeus.
3? Cash? What?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. I mean, Chiron wouldn't really care too much either. I'm trying to just mediate here as a player, basically. Because we are not making a lot of decisions, I think.
You know, this is an important decision to talk about.
Yeah, it really is. The question is really piss off the Balkans, potentially throw out all of our advantages, or just, don't please Asmodeus as much as we could.
Basically,
which I think is the worst option.
It's piss off the people, piss off the nobles, or piss off Asmodeus.
Yeah, who do we want to piss off least of all?
You will take your pick.
Probably, I think the Barkans is a good option because
Barca certainly doesn't think so.
Well, right, but
once again, the nobles hold power.
I'd like to also note that recently certain nobles have been displaced, which they're very unhappy about.
Yeah, do we want to continue pissing them? We might have a noble uprising.
What would be in the council's opinion? What would be the public what would be the public image ramifications of actually tearing down the church?
Well, the church donated.
That doesn't matter.
Thrain will say that they will be outraged, but that he thinks that the current mood is basically just would be what people expect. The church is not liking the government at all in any way. Again, the priests in every city seems to be the people who send out the unicorn corn marks and the like. The churches are the gathering points for people to go and support and find the lawful good, and even fiery vengeful Mithra to basically bring down
the church. The church are our enemies. They're the ones causing the uprising.
So what you're saying is we can't piss off the church more than we already did.
Thrain at least says that he thinks that it's
then fuck the cathedral.
He's known, however, to not have a whole lot of love for Mithra. And he says that why should a god keep gaining power from this island? After all, the worship makes him strong. And as long as we keep providing him with worship, he will keep being strong. If there's anything we do not want, it's a strong Mithra. Every true prayer could potentially create an angel. And who knows how many are around at this point.
Do we just want to do a vote, or do we want to keep discussing?
I am still firmly against it, but I feel I feel most of the group are for this this lunacy. So I can't stop you.
Well, that's just saying that you don't want to that you can't stop us is not the same as tolerating our.
You will never get me to agree with this.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I just want you to tolerate it.
As I said, I can't stop you, and
and
Zacharias will be like, if you truly want to tear down that building, in the end, he's fine. The only thing he would argue is what I've just said, that it would be possibly driving people, like we would push them over the edge straight into the arms of the princess. But if that's what the feel you want,
we already have done that.
Yeah, well, now we're doing it definitely.
Mallory says that since we're going through with this, we might as well also raise the taxes. I mean,
shut up, Mallory, or I will kill you.
Say taxes one more time. But yeah, I would vote for probably just going the non-confrontal approach. Just put it to the side somewhere.
We can't do it, like, we don't have the money for that, though. It's simply not an option, because we don't have the funds to. So we would go along with like 5,000 a month. That's
but even tearing down the cathedral. Would that pay for everything? Or I think
it would not pay for everything. However, obliterating the Mithran Church and all of Talengard would pay for everything.
Yeah, that I don't think that's an option.
How much?
Which is what Dessiter would suggest.
Yes, we have various stages. We can do full obliteration, which is the focus point for all.
Because why allow a church that produces paladins to exist in this kingdom? I mean, it seems like a terrible idea.
Well, we are corrupting
the Knights of Valerian didn't stay, and they didn't actively fight. The priests are actively spreading all this all this propaganda and
Well, we are
following a doctrine that still has inquisitors moving about.
We are corrupting it, though, right? That's what we've been doing
say that
all this time.
yes, rather slowly. I mean, we have been siphoning money from them and the like.
Yeah.
But these are also the people that was gonna kill us.
Yeah, and we're slowly killing them with kindness, basically by corrupting them.
Well, if killing the entire church everywhere is not option, which I think I agree with, it's not, because that would just piss off too many people and we'd basically just turn everyone against us, since the entire kingdom is still kind of Mithrin. The other option is just to put it to the side somewhere, which would cost all of our money.
No, we can't.
Or would building it on the Barken Palace be cheaper?
It would save a bit, but not as much.
How much of a discount do we get for just doing in the city? Was it like how much were we paying for just like the main cathedral in the city, not the entire empire worth of?
You know what? Just tear it down. Just tear down the damn cathedral. I don't want to.
The point is the various stages, because of course there is outright destruction and then one church.
Well, I think Asmodeus will be happy if we at least like start on it. Like as long as we're not doing nothing.
If we're gonna piss off everyone anyway, just.
I mean, we have
cathedral.
We have pissed off a lot of people already.
Yes.
Yeah, we kind of already killed.
Pissing off people is inevitable.
The question is just how far do we go here?
We spread a disease.
They didn't know we did that. The people do not blame us for that disease.
And we have the ones who.
They actually hailed the king for curing it because he cured it.
Barker will add that this could work. However, some more shows of fear must be shown. If we're going to give them nothing, then we should make sure that they fear too much to fight. And perhaps even after this, we should also kill all of the Darians.
No, we're gonna take them as we've been over this. Go with the ward stuff. That is better, because then we have control over them and we can indoctrinate the kids.
Dessiter agrees with that.
Yeah.
We do still need to decide on the cathedral now, though. I think.
Chat is pointing out the fact we already sent an army of devils out to like murder people.
It's a one-time statement.
You know what? Regardless, people were hanged from their skin.
I mean, that already kind of sets their disposition to this.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the argument is just coming down to, do we want money or do we want to not piss off everyone?
I want to please Asmodeus because
either way would potentially do that.
He is the big boss right now, and we all know that.
Just to add that this kingdom is all thanks to, and in order to please Asmodeus. Marathon will nod with that.
Yeah, I would like not to be ripped to shreds by Asmodeus.
Zacharias mumbles to himself about religious fanaticism.
Well, if Zacharias doesn't shut the fuck up, we're gonna sacrifice him on the altar.
Oh, you can try.
I know where your phylactery is.
I mean,
I can't do anything with it. I know where it is.
You think you know where the phylactery is.
I don't know which one is the real phylactery.
Well, in that case, we can break all of them. I can dimensional anchor him with Hellbrand. It's not like he can get away.
Well,
if we were to do it, which we shouldn't, because he's awesome.
But let's come to a decision here, because we...
Well, I think we break down that damn cathedral and get it done.
Okay, one vote for breaking down the cathedral and the entire church.
High cathedral and church?
No, there are two options. No.
Okay, just the cathedral.
If it's taking on the cathedral, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm voting for the cathedral.
Okay, the cathedral is gone.
Yeah, I vote against it, but it's up to you.
Yeah, three of people out of our 5 people group are voting for that, so we should just go with that. I don't think we can find anything that pleases everyone here. And we just have to kind of live with the consequences. Which, who knows, they might be good. Maybe Asmodeus is like, oh, thank you, here, have all this money.
Here, I will convert the populace to love you.
You know, he did freaking open up the sky and gave freaking griffins.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he
I
can.
mean, sure, if you want to entrust the future of this kingdom and the running thereof to some miracle, go ahead.
You know, I may not have any
You're
miracles.
talking to religious people here.
Yeah, I know.
Jonas,
I'm
you're
trying to be a
being-
I'm trying to be a statesman, not
You're still being
a not a
rude.
pope.
How am I going to turn everyone undead if there's no people left?
I can always go to Geb.
You know, how am I supposed to do a miracle if my god hates me?
So we take down the cathedral, but we leave the rest of the church intact.
Keep Thrain in charge. Keep corrupting it.
Yeah.
Fair man. So Malachi, we
Sure.
took down the church here, then funded the money from the Mithrin Church into sustaining the construction project, I guess.
Right, so you want to break the Mithril seal, the Solaris Sanctum, the most holy place, and construct an Asmodean cathedral. Do you want to also declare Asmodean religion as the state religion, or do you want to keep the Mithrin one?
I think we should do the state religion. You know, it's ridiculous. Well, to have Mithra when there's not even a cathedral of Mithra anymore, and it's pretty obvious we don't like Mithra.
It is. I will say, at least, it's amusing the idea of the fact we have a state religion that hates us. Like, regardless of what we do, it hates us.
Yes, this is our hole we're digging. Live with it. Stop moping and stop being rude.
Nope, I am not, because I think you're acting foolishly like hell. But that's,
Like hell, you say?
Yeah, because
Well, it's
that's
kind
in
of
the
ruining the mood regardless.
Mm-hmm. Tell me about it.
Well,
I'm
Jonas,
gonna-
you do have to agree that this is a party decision, and if
Yes,
most of the party agrees on
and
something, then you
if-
just have
Yeah,
to...
yeah. Again, I don't stop you. I'm still. If you want to keep destroying the church, go ahead. I can't stop you.
There is also a lovely suggestion when it comes to like state religion, and as said by Chant, the fact that since we are going towards freedom of religion, currently, you know, at least removing Mithra as the state religion, but not putting a new one in. You know, so we're not going to throw Asmodeus into the face, but as much. And silence.
Yeah, I mean, I'm perfectly fine with letting you three decide, basically, because it would be very much in character for Kyron to not care too much.
You're going to sit back and enjoy your food.
Well, basically, I'm just saying that going against the church too much will get us very much hated, which will play into the prince's hand. On the other hand, having Asmodeus against us might be even worse.
What we're doing is kind of a halfway. We're destroying this one in this city, or not even destroying, we're rebuilding it, what it sounded like. And that's
You know,
going to please...
we're not doing full wipeout, at least.
That's going to please Asmodeus, but you're going to remove Mithra as the state religion, not going to enforce any new, since all religions at the moment are go. You can praise whoever the fuck you want.
I think at this point it's a matter of deciding whether to keep going with the whole, let's please the people and have them come to us, or go full out aggression and say, hey, Asmodeus is in the house now, you better deal with it or leave. Or,
Well, I
you
think
can't really leave.
the day we walked into the city and all the people got murdered was the day we lost the people.
No, we have repaired that. Like, we went on extensive feasting and propaganda campaigns to spin that in our favor.
I doubt
You can't spin this in our favor. Like, this is unspinnable.
Listen, we killed their families. I doubt that's gonna be fixed with a feast.
It did.
Well, the
it
thing
was.
is, the whole devil attack at the first day was basically, hey, we took out the sinners, or something like that.
Yes.
But tearing down a cathedral cannot be spun in that way. That is true.
The cathedral is giving it to Asmodeus.
Yeah, and people
But-
hate
but-
Asmodeus.
So?
So they will rise against us by going
Well,
to the princess.
who do you want to rise against you, Asmodeus or the people?
I haven't seen Asmodeus rise against us ever. The only one who tried, we killed and destroyed.
Well, then let's have
Asmodeus is
rise against us.
Asmodeus is a greater god. He works in aeons. That's how far his plans go. Like, the people are fickle, and we need to stand on them to actually do something. We cannot build a cathedral to Asmodeus if we have no country within to build it. If the people rise up and overthrow us, then all will be for naught anyway. Like, I am still surprised at Dessiter being so incredibly short-sighted. Like, we had this going fairly well. Like, we were on track. It was taking time, yes. Probably it'd take a few years, like 5-10 years or something. But it was going to happen and was going to be fairly bloodless.
You can't expect Asmodeus to wait that long. He's a freaking god.
Well,
Yeah, that's exactly why I expect him to wait, because he's not a child throwing a tantrum. He's a greater god.
The thing is, we have alternatives. Tearing down the Mithrin Cathedral is a pretty big sign that might just be the last, basically, what's it called? I don't know. The last action the people will take. And if the like populace properly rises against us, I mean, a peasant can't stab any of us. That's true. But if we are trying to rule a kingdom, then we kind of need the kingdom to accept our rule. And if they don't, well, that's basically game over.
Yeah. We have lost. We need to either try to take it over again, or most likely, I guess, just leave, because we kind of...
The other way to look at it would basically be do away with this whole trying to please everyone and just rule with an iron fist properly and say, hey, people, this is how it is, and you accept it. Which, of course, can work, but that's going to be a very bloody way.
It is. Like, we're gonna have, like, piles of dead all over the place.
The king will add that if such a thing is to happen, ever, then it might as well happen now while we're strong and they're not. They haven't had much time to organize, and we have an army.
Yeah, we still have a merc army at this point.
So the question is, Iron Fist or try to infiltrate and do the, like, sneaky way?
I don't know, it feels to me like the sneaky way is failing more and more if we're actually gonna tear down the cathedral.
Well, yeah, it would basically be a sign of
that's
saying...
not sneaky.
It's not sneaky anymore, yeah.
That's
what I'm saying. That's the decision here.
Where's Tyne gone?
Yeah,
I think she took a break.
All right. Yeah, I'm shocked at Dessiter being so short-sighted. Like, really? Like, we need to destroy the cathedral, like the church, in 2 years, or he's out? Like, what?
He needs a cathedral.
Thorn planned... How long was Thorn's... Like, he planned that for decades or something. We don't get
The
a
original
decade.
plan had the Scion march in with the banner of Asmodeus. Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of derailed the initial plan because we didn't spin it the whole Savior is here, worship Asmodeus way, but we just kind of said came and said, yep, this is ours now. Just die, everyone. It wasn't the most diplomatic way of doing it, but we kind of have to deal with that now. But I just want to say, completely from a player perspective here, we are going to have decisions that we make together where some people might not agree on, and if we either have someone being passive-aggressive or just leaving, this is not going to work. I want to put that out right there.
As I said, I think the idea is very short-sighted, and I think it's a bad idea. But I mean, and that makes me being rough in my speech and my tone, and I don't know, I can't really change that at this point. This is a decision that is against. Is really against my way of seeing these things. But again, yeah, you are voting for it, and if we go through with it, so be it. Then we will just live with it.
Yeah, that's good.
We will have to handle whatever calamities come from this. But don't come crying to Zacharias.
Jonas, do you remember session 1 when we broke that chest?
Exactly. This is a kingdom chest situation.
Kingdom chest. The Mithrin Cathedral is the chest.
Ultimately, if you're faithful and you're into all faith stuff, sure, go ahead. Zacharias is an atheist that wants to kill all gods.
If you kill the gods, then sure, we'll bow down to you.
Maybe if the kingdom just burns to the ground, maybe that's for the best anyway.
No, if that happens...
If that happens, you have plenty of things to raise from the dead.
Yeah, my opinion is still that all three options we have basically have benefits and disadvantages, and I'm leaning towards going a more peaceful approach by not tearing down the cathedral. On the other hand...
You want to go Barkan?
Probably Barker, or just I don't know.
Because we physically cannot afford to build one from scratch.
All three options are terrible, basically.
I mean, if you're really gonna do this, I don't know. Barca, he's one of the few allies we have.
Yeah,
that's outright hate us.
Okay, could we afford building the cathedral from scratch? Could we afford that at all? Is that an option?
Yes, but we would hobble our economy for 2 years.
Yeah, because for 2 years we would gain a grand total of 5k per month. Because it takes 10k per month to do.
Yeah, and 30k to start.
It's untenable, I think, in the long run, unless we literally pour every coin we have.
Which is why
into it. Like, give all of the money every character had to in treasury. That could parry it. But
we need. That's the reason. That's the reason now having a base is really what we want, because at least having a base, then using money we can siphon from the Mithrin.
So maybe rephrasing the current question helps. Would we rather deal with economy problems or with the calamity that will come from destroying the Mithrin Cathedral?
It's not just that, though. It's not that easy of a calculation, because we have 3 characters that are heavily invested in the faith and want to see it destroyed, and also more people.
I mean, you'd all want to see the Mithrin Faith destroyed, right?
Yeah.
Right. The question is the urgency. Maybe because Zacharias is undead and will live forever, he's like, it'll take a few hundred years.
Let them die fat and happy in their beds.
Yeah. And
I'm just trying to break down this issue into as small a part as possible, so we can try to decide on it properly.
Again,
it remains a group decision, and we have 5 people. So far, we've definitely heard your point, Jonas. I think I kind of made my opinion clear, although I'd probably be fine with any decision, really. So it's up to the other 3. The general opinion was to go towards destroying the cathedral, and if that is still the case, then yeah.
Yeah, they have already voted.
So I can certainly understand where Jonas is coming from. I can understand.
I think Tina, it got a little too heated for her, so she left.
We know where Tina stands.
I do have a minor feeling this is I might have a migraine in the morning, but I'm going to ignore that.
I think that would be mean, but essentially being the cardinal of hell.
My opinion is kind of locked here.
Maybe just give that decision to DDS here. Do the best thing for the kingdom.
I mean, it's not my place. I want to piss off nobility when it goes.
The king, Barca, and Dessiter certainly think that the cathedral should burn. While Richard's not really saying a whole lot. Mallory's being very, very quiet right now, and then Thrain sort of says that peace is he likes having a cathedral. If it's an Asmodean cathedral, that's better than a Mithrin cathedral.
If only we had Hubert still. He wouldn't know what to do.
He probably wouldn't care too much about religion.
My opinion is firmly locked.
That's true.
Because Zacharias go and live with Hubert.
You could try to find him. Hubert might be really scared if he gets sought out.
Have you heard of vacation, damn it?
Probably lives in Dwarfland, where they worship the mountain god instead.
Oh, that's fine.
How about we just ask Asmodeus directly? Be like, commune Asmodeus, hey,
I could.
would you mind waiting another year because we still are trying to get this shit under control?
Ask Asmodeus to wait a year.
Well, not in those
I'll
words.
cast the commune. You guys can ask the question.
Just ask us.
Are you willing to ask Asmodeus to wait a year? you
I'm
going to say that,
just
Asmodeus?
making suggestions here. I don't know how you would phrase that to not piss off a god.
Can you just wait a while? You're being so pushy.
Just believe in us, okay?
It's like I'm not darting up Asmodeus to say that.
You know how would you even phrase something like that?
To not piss off a god?
Yeah,
Are you a god? Do you know?
you know.
You might have
It's kind
godly
of
ambition.
like asking for an extension on your rent. I know we've got all these awesome things from you, Asmodeus, but could we just not repay you?
Well, the thing is, we are thinking in the long term here, aren't we? And in the long term,
Which
we
again
better-
surprised me. Like why? Like all of these devilry has been so long term, and now suddenly it's super urgent for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, by the way, you have until next month to build the biggest cathedral this world has ever seen. Good luck.
He's been saying it the entire time.
Oh yes, yeah.
It's kind of been said since like all the way back from when we first thought about going after him. I think Dessiter proposed this.
I mean, could we like build a small cathedral and then build a second bigger cathedral
No.
later?
No. He wants the cathedral. I've already built a small cathedral. Just he just not happy with that.
So yeah, Jonas's opinion is clear. DDS, what's your definitive opinion after hearing all of our points?
Out of character, I am very much stuck between the fact that like part of me does not want to piss off the nobility, but out of character, I think possibly the Barkans are better option. In character, I mean, I'd quite clearly just tear down the different church.
I think talking out of character for a moment here might not be the worst idea.